The beginning of this week's Parsha has a striking pasuk that presents a number of formidable difficulties. Vayidabri Elokim el Moshe, Vayomer Elav Ani Hashem. So Rashi comments that this pasuk is a response to the psukim at the end of Parsha Shmos. There Moshe Rabbeinu complained to Hashem and said, Lama hariosa, lama zeh? Why have you aggravated the situation of Klal Yisrael? The situation has worsened. Lama zeh shlachtoni. From the moment I was delegated to speak to Paro, Heira lama zeh. The situation has clearly gone down. V'hatzeh lo yitzalta esamecha. And there's been no hatzalah. So Hashem told Moshe, Atosir asher esa leparo, I will take care of what I have to do. Ki biyod chazaka yishalchem, biyod chazaka yigor Hashem me'artza. And on the heels of that, the Torah says, Vayidaber Elokim el Moshe, Vayomer Elav Ani Hashem. So essentially, Rashi saw the juxtaposition, and Rashi indicates that this first pasuk is a response, or if you will, upon the heels of the Taina Moshe Rabbeinu, Lama hariosa. Hashem responds, Vayidaber Elokim el Moshe, Vayomer Elav Ani Hashem. And what does he tell him? He tells him, don't worry, as the Torah goes on to say, V'hotzeisi, v'hitzalti, v'ga'alti, v'lakachti, v'hevesi. Dal l'shono shel geula, and ultimately we're going to come to Eretz Yisrael. The Ibn Ezra here poses the same question and responds that Moshe Rabbeinu understood that Paro would send them, but he wanted to lighten the shibud, that the old hashibud should be diminished. And at the end, he sees the opposite. The Ramban understands the psukim in a similar kind of fashion. The Ramban says Moshe Rabbeinu was desirous of geula, that Hashem should redeem Klal Yisrael. And Moshe understood that Paro was not going to send Klal Yisrael till the Makos. But he wanted Hashem to go and smite them immediately. It should be done, shall we say, ba'ofen miyadi. And the response of Hashem Yisbarach was, apparently, I don't work that way. I have a different approach. And this different approach that the Ramban alludes to is found in a very famous sefer called the Magid Mishorim. The Magid Mishorim is a sefer written by Rabbi Yosef Karo, the author of the Shulchan Aruch. And even though the Shulchan Aruch itself, we find almost very little reference to anything Kabbalistic. Everything there's al pi nigle. Perhaps here and there you have bits and pieces of Kabbalah, but primarily it's a nigla sefer based on Shas and Poskim. There was a Magid that appeared to the Beis Yosef, and the Magid gave the Beis Yosef Musar a number of times. And in this Parsha of Vaeira, the Magid gives him Musar regarding his wife and the like, how he should honor his wife and how he should put her on a pedestal. And in the context of that, we find the following explanation of these psukim, the ones that I'm focusing on right now. Namely, that the Torah says, Vayidaber Elokim el Moshe, Vayomer Elav Ani Hashem. And the Beis Yosef refers to a contradiction in the pasuk itself. Vayidaber, as we know, is a verb that throughout Tanakh is always Lashon Kosher. Elokim, as we know, is Midas Hadid. Vayomer, Amira Lashon Raka. Hashem, Midas HaRachamim. So here we have in the same pasuk, we seem to have an oxymoron. We seem to have almost an internal inconsistency or contradiction in the very same pasuk. Vayidaber Elokim el Moshe, Vayomer Elav Ani Hashem. So this question was posed by the Magid, and in the context of the Sefer Magid Mishorim, the Magid said the following, and I wrote the language down. The Magid said to the Beis Yosef, Lo drochai darchechem, that Hashem said to Moshe Rabbeinu, my way is not your way. V'ano poil dino berachma kichoda. You, Moshe Rabbeinu, perhaps don't understand it, because you are, even though clearly, albeit a great human being who reached the heights of Nevuah, but at the same time, you somehow expect Geula to come. When there's Geula, and it's a Geula of an absolute nature. And Chas v'Shalom, the antithesis, if it's an absolute nature, Hashem says, that's not the way I operate. I operate Dina birachma kechoda bevasachas. There's both light and darkness. that operate simultaneously. Means even Bismana Geula, we won't necessarily see the Geula in a full, total clarity. But rather, there will be elements of Rachamim and elements of Din. And certainly, those of us, Bismanenu, Baruch Hashem, that we witness the Chazdei Hashem and the Rachamim of Hashem Yisbarach, the efflorescence of Klal Yisrael, the efflorescence of Orthodoxy and Orthodox Jews, and yet, despite all these elements of Rachamim, and there seem to be as well Nitzotzos of Geula, but at the same time, we continue to have anti-Semitism that has reared its ugly head, even in the best of places, even in the United States of America. I'm not only speaking about Europe, certainly there, unfortunately and tragically, we have a fair amount of anti-Semitic incidents. So, despite the fact that things seem to be moving at a rapid clip, and unquestionably, anyone who studies Jewish history of the last 100 years realizes how frenetic the pace of Jewish history has become. What's happened in the last 100 years hasn't happened in 1,000 years. And clearly we're moving rapidly towards the Geula. But at the same time, it's not, shall we say, Geula writ large. There are elements of Rachamim, clearly, Nitzotzot shel Geula, but also, if you will, an admixture of Midas Adin here and there. The Navi says in Zechariah, V'hoya yom echad hu yivad al Hashem lo yom v'lo laila v'hoya leis erev yiyeh or. The Navi in Zechariah speaks about, that's how Rashi understands it, that Hashem, in effect, before the Geula, there will be a kind of ben hashmashos, a kind of interim period, but it will not be neither yom nor laila. And the Radak writes over there, we all know whether it's Yom or Laila. It's a twilight zone of Ben Hashmashos. And that twilight zone will be a sign in Os that clearly the Geula Mimashmesh Esuba is about to come. The Geula is not far. And in a similar kind of fashion, this is exactly what Hashem told Moshe Rabbeinu. Geula will come. Bo Tavo, Ein Shum Safek. We are ma'aminim, be'emunah shlema, b'vias HaMashiach. But at times, in different periods, at different kufas of Klal Yisrael's history, we still have elements of din, and they are, shall we say, together, interspersed with elements of rachamim. And that's what the pasuk says, Vayidaber Elokim Moshe v'Yomer Elav B'nei Hashem. You, Moshe Rabbeinu, expect the Geula to be forthwith. You expect the Geula to be so clear and so transparent. That's not the way I operate. Lo drachai darchechem, v'lo darchechem drachai nu'um Hashem. The Chafetz Chaim actually commented on psukim that I found earlier in Chumash, that in the context of Hashem promising Avram and Sarah a child, and the pasuk says, "V'Avram b'Sarah's kedim boim ba'boy yomim chadal liyos l'sar arach kanoshim," and after a bit, the Torah says, and this is when they were zoche, lama zeh tzachak asara. She thought it was impossible, and then later on, of course, she gave birth. So the Chafetz Chaim asks, why is the Torah so marich? Lichora bignai shel Sarah. Hashem Jakuz turns the spotlight on Sarah. Lama zeh tzachak Sarah leimor ha'afum nam eilei v'ani zakanti. So the Chafetz Chaim says from here, there's a remez that b'soif hagolus there will be many Jews who will think that we are not ready, nor are we going to be zocher to the Geula. We will not merit the Geula. Just like Sarah did not believe in a possible Shini Ateva of her very persona. How can I possibly be zocher to have children? There will be Jews who will not also be mamin in the actual Geula. But unquestionably, the Geula bo tavo. The Geula is going to come. That's what Hashem Yisbarach in effect has told us. And even though there'll be moments of light, there'll also be moments of darkness. And that's exactly how a Jew has to see the whole concept of Geula. And certainly it's going to come. Hayipole me Hashem davar. Hashem is capable of doing anything. Just as Sarah and Avraham Avinu were zocher to children, so too we also will be zocher to the Geula as well. The Navi Malachi tells us as well, Pisom Yovo al Hecholo, that the Goyal is going to come be'ofen pitomi. And the Rambam writes that whoever believes in Bias HaMashiach, ve'ino mechaken lebiyaso, and doesn't look with anticipation to the coming of Mashiach, something's missing in his very emunah. Among the Ikri Adas, it's not just to be mamin b'bias HaMashiach, but b'ava b'shis mamea achakelo b'chol yom sheyavo. There has to be literally a gaguim for the coming of Mashiach, and that gaguim, of course, is reflected in the fact that every door is worry for Mashiach to come, but the Rebbe Shem was waiting for us to carry out our mission, our mandate. If we carry out our mandate, unquestionably, we'll be zocheh to Mashiach Tzidkeinu Meher B'Yameinu Amen. However, it will not be in a silver platter. It's going to be accompanied by moments of light and moments of darkness, but in Shum Safek, Be'ez Hashem is Barach, Halavai, B'Korov Mamish, we should be zocheh to Bias Mashiach Tzidkeinu Meher B'Yameinu Amen.